serious person behind the screen, so I've calmed down from the announcement of Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor. There will be a video coming soon where I discuss my in-depth thoughts on it. But for now, I had a recent trip to Brighton, and there were many opportunities to buy some awesome stuff in the shops, so I may as well just go through them now. I bought a lot of books this time, but I'm quite happy with what I got. First of all, the Funko Pops. I got Spidey in his homemade suit from Spider-Man Homecoming. And this thing's really nice, it's a nice bobblehead. And he's in a cool action pose, and I think it was either this, Tony Stark, or his proper suit. But I went for this one because I think it looks kind of cool. You got the spider there. It's a lot like Ben Reilly's costume. And yeah, I think it's a really cool Spider-Man pop to add to my Spidey collection. And then I got the Penguin from the Adam West Batman series, and I really like it. I mean, the paint's really shoddy. Look at that monocle. Oh, it's awful. But this was the only one there, and it was a choice between the Riddler, the Otto Preminger, Mr. Freeze, and this guy. I really like him. He's cool, and it's nice to have a Penguin Funko Pop, actually, because I really like the Penguin, and he's one of my favourite Batman villains, and it's nice to have the Burgess Meredith version as a Funko. Doctor Who now, and I got some good old books second-hand from a few shops. First of all, Doctor Who. Oh, this book's heavy. The Shooting Scripts, forward by Russell T Davies, and I've wanted this book for a while. It's not in the best condition. It cost me £4, but it's mainly the dust cover that's not in great condition, to be honest. The actual book itself is pretty nicely kept, but the dust cover's quite tatty. But that didn't bother me. It's still a cool book. It's basically, if you don't know, just the all the scripts for Series 1 of Doctor Who, so you can sort of compare the differences between what was in the script and what happened in the finished thing, and it's what the shooting scripts, what they filmed with on Series 1, that's fine. And it's got pictures to go with it, so you can sort of see the scenes as they appeared, and it's really interesting, I think. It's kind of nice behind the scenes look, and it's one I've wanted for a while. So, the complete shooting scripts from the 2005 series of Doctor Who. This next one's really cool. Doctor Who magazine, issue 100 from 1985, I believe, 86, one of the two. And I'm not going to open this. I'm going to keep it sealed. And this thing's really cool. You got the Sixth Doctor's reviewed, plus a colour poster of Perry and the Doctor. Yes. So, yeah, Doctor Who magazine, issue 100. This is really cool. It's vintage from the 80s. Cost me £2, and it's really nice. And you can see through the clear thing in the back a Ghostbusters advert. So that's kind of cool. Kind of nice vintage thing, I guess. And really happy to have it. This next one's also really, really cool. It is Doctor Who, the 30th anniversary. Time Frame, The Illustrated History by David J. Howell. So this came out in 1993. And it is basically just the it's sort of a collection of photographs, artwork from the 30-year history of Doctor Who up until 1993, and you can see the cover's really cool. If you catch it in the light, you've got Hartnell, Triton, Pertwee, Tom Baker, Peter Davison, Colin Baker, and Sylvester McCoy there. So all the Doctors up until this point. It's got some really, really nice artwork in here, actually. If we just, that's the mutants there. Invasion of the Dinosaurs, the Target artwork. It's really, really cool. Yeah, it's a really cool book. A nice sort of look back on things from the 60s, 70s and 80s era of Who. One more book, you can just see it through the crack there. Forever Autumn by, who wrote it? Mark Morris. So, yeah, I got that one for the New Who book collection, and the cover's really nice. I won't get it out, but it's a really cool pumpkin thing. Looks very creepy, and I'm excited to read it. We are Sax Babam! 1, 2, 3, 4! Scott Pilgrim. Yeah, what can I say? I bought the movie on Blu-ray a few weeks ago now from CEX for £3, because it's always been recommended to me. And I loved it. I watched it. It was great, loved the soundtrack, really fun, mental film. And so, I thought immediately after watching it, I've got to read the book this is based on. So I got Scott Pilgrim, Precious Little Life, Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and Scott Pilgrim and the Infinite Sadness. So these are really cool. I haven't got into it yet, but I got these two from really cheap from a second-hand shop called Camilla's in Eastbourne, and this one I got later on from Amazon because they only had 2 and 3 in the shop. So I thought, yeah, I need to order this from Amazon, and it's a really cool comic style thing. They do have colour editions on Amazon, but they go for like £20, whereas these are like £7.99 each. So, you know, I'm just going to get the original black and white versions because it's not too bad. So you have Volume 1, you have Scott. Volume 2, you have Ramona. Volume 3, you have Envy Adams on the Infinite Sadness there. And these are really cool. I can't wait to get into them. I've heard it's sort of like they complement the film well, since the film came out before the last volume of the book came out. So I've heard they complement the film well, and yes, I'm excited to get into the Scott Pilgrim series. And next up, this is really cool. As you all know, I'm a huge fan of the original Spider-Man trilogy, so when I saw this going cheap again in a second-hand shop, because I am a scavenger, I had to get it. Spider-Man Behind the Mask. It says here, an all-access behind-the-scenes look at the making of the amazing Hollywood film, and I can confirm it is all-access. It really is an in-depth making-of book. I've heard there's one for 2, which I'll try and track down because I love 2 even more. But you see here, it goes to the artwork process. So you got the stunts, you got the different photographs, the making of the costume there, different stages of it. You got an awesome photo gallery at the back, filled with photos that I've never seen before. So you got Gobby and a few policemen. You got Spidey swinging in to catch Gobby there, catch the Goblin. You got some cool Goblin photos there. That's a really cool one. Yeah, they're just really. It's a really in-depth, behind-the-scenes look at one of the most important superhero movies ever. It's got the original version of the Green Goblin mask there, which is really good. And something I didn't know is when Norman gets out of the Chamber of Gas, he was originally supposed to stagger out in the script, but Sam Raimi and Willem Dafoe both said that's not dramatic enough. Wouldn't it be better to exhibit his ability straight away and have him attack Strom and jump out of it and jump right at the camera, and the problems that went on with that, since it was hard to get the shot right that they needed, and it's a really in-depth thing at the process of filmmaking. As I say, it goes into the history of the comics, has comic panels here and there. So it's a really good book, and I'm gonna have to track down the one for Spider-Man 2 now, because yeah, if it's anything like this, it's gonna be fantastic. So, one more. Again, it's a Spidey thing. What can I say? I'm a Spidey fan as well as a big Batman fan. It is the Spider-Man Homecoming Prelude comic, graphic novel, I should say. And this is basically it's basically Captain America Civil War adapted. Is that a word? Adapted, that's the one. Adapted into a comic. So it collects the 2 issues of that. It also has the Amazing Spider-Man number 2, which I have in another edition from the 60s, and number 46, which is Shocker, and Invincible Iron Man number 7. So it's a real hodgepodge of stuff. It's kind of cool though. I mean, it is really just an adaptation of Civil War in a comic, but you get some cool things from Spidey's point of view. So, you know, in the film, when everyone thinks the Winter Soldiers bombed the Sokovia Accords, you can sort of see it from Peter's point of view here, and May's watching it on the news, which is really cool. And then it's got the airport battle, of course, with all the classic lines. Give me back my roadie. Okay, Tiny 2 is big now. He's big now. That's really cool. And they got some really cool artwork for the airport battle as well. It's a massive splash page. Everything going down. Spidey swinging everywhere. And you got the classic lines. You're wrong. You think you're right. That makes you dangerous. Guess he had a point. I love it. And then you got my favourite moment in the film. You got her, kid. Where from? Queens. Brooklyn. Favourite moment in the film. Really cool in this. And then it's got Invincible Iron Man #7, which is kind of cool team up between Peter and Tony. And then you got the classic 60s Spidey issues there. So you've got the Vulture issue, you got the Shocker as well. So overall, pretty good hodgepodge of things. So there we go. That's what I bought. Would have liked to buy more Batman stuff, but nothing really caught my eye that I wanted to buy that was in my price range. But I do want to get Batman Hush soon, and some more 60s Funko Pops because Batman, I love it. Also the animated series Funko Pops. Also I need to continue the animated series of reviews. But yeah, lots of Spidey stuff, lots of Doctor Who stuff, lots of good stuff here. So if you did enjoy looking through my haul, I will have a Jodie Whittaker video up in a few days. If you did enjoy it, please like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you in my next one. Take care now.